Welcome to Pastured Poultry Talk. This is episode 77, and I'm your host, Mike Badger. On this episode, I take a few minutes to chat with Todd Morrison from Virginia about what inspires him about pastured poultry. Todd is nearing the end of a Navy career and is simultaneously building a pastured poultry business that serves both consumers and farmers, so there's a lot of crossover and of interest personally for me. So let me take a quick minute before we jump into Todd's interview to catch you up on the state of the podcast, if you will, and preview what you're going to see in the next several episodes. In the next 5 episodes, including this one, I'll round out my in-person interviews from the Fertrell open house. These were, of course, recorded in a live trade show environment. They will be released in a batch over the course of the next couple days, which really only matters if you're listening as they are released. If you listen a year from now, it doesn't matter. You won't know any difference. But after Todd, I'll chat with Jonathan Coulimore from Vancouver, Washington, and he's a longtime producer and advocate of pastured poultry. Then I'll follow with 3 more interviews that I did with the Salatin kids. That's Travis, Andrew, and Lauren. And we're going to talk about their on-farm businesses in those episodes, so I hope you enjoy those. Then after that, we'll be all caught up, and I'm going to reload for 2019. So before we talk with Todd, let me give a quick shout out to Fertrell. Fertrell is a sponsor of Pastured Poultry Talk, and when I'm searching for nutrition advice and ration formulations for my flock, my first and only stop is the Fertrell Company. What makes Fertrell unique is that they have been immersed in the pastured poultry community from the beginning, which means they not only understand poultry nutrition, they understand nutrition through the pastured context. I'd encourage you to reach out to the Fertrell team at livestock@fertrell.com with your nutrition needs, or visit them at pasturedpoultrytalk.com/Fertrell. Fertrell is spelled Fertrell. Now let's go ahead and talk with Todd. Okay, so I'm here at the Fertrell open house. I'm talking to Todd Morrison of Dawson Gap Farm in Virginia. I know Todd, I first met him today with his wife Melissa at the open house, but they're longtime APA members and supporters, and hopefully they're listeners to Pastured Poultry Talk.
Yes, I am. I do. I look forward to listening to it in the car.
But go ahead, Todd, if you want to just tell us, what are you doing right now at Dawson Gap?
At Dawson Gap Farm, we raise pasture-raised poultry, of course, chicken, and turkey for Thanksgiving as well. That does really well in our areas, as well as pork. And then we have a sundry amount of animals that the kids are involved with 4-H. We also breed and show Nigerian dwarf goats, and that's gotten a lot of attention in the community around us as well. So we got our hand in a lot of things, not to mention also being distributors for Highland Naturals feed and other livestock supplies for our area.
So one of the things I noticed about you guys is you're not only raising poultry and other animals, but you're actually crossed over into that you crossed the chasm of helping other farmers. Like you're becoming a hub. And could you talk a little bit about that? Like, what's that been like for you? What brought you to that realization that you could help other farmers through the products, through Highland, who I just talked to Aaron and Fertrell and those things?
Right. Yeah. So, we moved out into the country. It's about 10 years ago now. So we know what it's like to have that passion stirring within us, to get out into the country, to start getting involved with animals, to have this experience for our kids, our family, to do something to help change the food system as we know it. And so we really made that a part of our vision, and our mission is to help other people. We love to get out there and empower other people to do what we've done. And a lot of times we have the advantage of being able to teach somebody because we've had to learn it ourselves. It just wasn't something that was handed down to us. So we had to go out there and read the books and talk to people and get out there and scrounge around to find out how to do these things. And so we meet lots of people in our area who are hoping to do the same thing. We always laugh and tell each other, they say to us, we're living the dream, so we, give the elbow to one another. We're living the dream, we're putting in the long hours and stuff, but we love to help empower people, and they're coming out, they're passionate about trying to do something to get some, even if it's a few backyard chickens. A lot of people have the desire, but not the knowledge really. So we love to step in there and help people do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Tell me, what in the time you've been doing this, what's been your greatest pastured poultry achievement?
Oh, wow.
Or what? Put another way.
Probably the first batch of 50 chickens that I did.
Okay.
I mean, I think everyone who's gotten started has that experience of, I come home one day and tell the wife, hey, I just ordered 50 chickens for meat, and she's like, what are you thinking? And so it's just that boldness to go out there to just say, I'm just going to do it. And, I had a local farm help me, give me a little experience helping them. And the day came and it was time to process those chickens. And, you would have thought each one of those chickens cost $1 million. I mean, because that's the way I felt, how much work I put into that.
Yeah.
And then to come to where we are now of being able to do that together as our family. At first the kids are young and it's just like, oh, all right, put them in a little pack and play or something. But now it's like, they've been around it, they know how to do it, and they're in there helping, and they really are helpful. We can do so much as a family. To be able to do this and to meet other people who are just have that wide-eyed look that we are familiar with, yet we're able to say, no, you can do this. Come alongside of us. We're going to help you and get on your way, and let it be a good experience that you want to do again in the future too.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I think I started the same way. It's like I just grabbed some birds and we raised them, and it's like, this is really awesome. I think I started with pigs, and I realized the pork had flavor, and then we raised chickens, and it's like when I talk with people like at that stage, the empowerment of feeding yourself is really awesome. And it sounds like that's kind of what you tapped into and you're tapping into now with some of the folks you're working with.
Right. Yeah. And I always encourage people to start slow, grow slow, because a lot of people, they got a lot of passion. They jump in there, and before you know it, they're just overwhelmed. And then it's experience that they just want to cut loose of and not want to have anything to do with. And we don't want that at all.
Yeah.
So we encourage people to just grow small, grow slow, and just let it develop. It will develop, and things just keep getting added on there. But you have to have time to develop that learning curve that you need to get all the tools that you need. That's
great. And so finally, just Todd, tell us where we can catch up with you guys online. How do we get a hold of you?
Our website is dawsongap.com. You can find us on Facebook as well. And those are probably the best ways to get a hold of us. We do have a farm store. So if you're local to the Northern Virginia area, we're located real close to Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. So anything in that kind of tri-state region, go ahead and stop by. We have open hours on basically Monday, Friday, Saturday afternoons, and we're always happy to talk with people and help encourage you on your way to living your dream out in the country and helping you get started and running with life out in the country.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Todd.
Thank you.
Hey, that's going to wrap it, everybody. Thank you for listening. If you want to reach out to Dawson Gap Farm, you can get their contact information in the show notes at pasturedpoultrytalk.com/77. Till next episode, see you.